in this experiment, we're going to be using the Intersection Observer API to track view duration of a list of Unsplash photos to kind of simulate fake, social feed. That's because I was interested in an idea that all social networks try to record the view duration of what their users, see, basically to be able to tell which of the elements are make the most impact for them, and maybe, show more of these elements. So what I've done is I've configured the view duration tracker to track an element when 85% or more of it enters the viewport, and just to check when it exits the viewport, if the view duration is more than 0.3 seconds, then add that duration to its state, and basically you can come back to a photo and that view duration will accumulate again, and in the end we can see which of the photos are most popular. So I've made a small dashboard to display the results. On the bottom you can see thumbnails ranging from top 1 to, it will soon be top 20. It just doesn't fit on my screen there, but it's top 20, yes. And well, I am a 30-something year old male developer. I have an enduro motorcycle, so there are assumptions to be made, I guess. Why was that interesting? I don't know, but as you can see, it's now a top 1. And yes, as the more I try the experiment, the more the assumptions kind of hold true. But what would be really interesting is to maybe try this on a real social network. That's because there are way more stuff, going on there than just simple photos. Social stuff, political stuff, all kinds of things. Much more hard to predict what would the results be then. So my next goal is maybe to implement this as a Chrome plugin so I can check the results on the real social feed. Yes. And I'm actually thinking that this is probably used not only on social networks, but on any website really of any scale, of any larger scale. For example, as you scroll through a list of products, I'm certain one can benefit from knowing which of the products caught the customer's eyes the most, and maybe suggesting them in an email later or something like that. Now let's review the results briefly. This one is most popular, and I can remember it made an impact for me because I was thinking actually how would I feel about doing this. And all the others, well, it's maybe self-explanatory, as I mentioned, and I'm not here to analyze the results. I'm just here to show you how easy it is to build this technology these days. And I don't explain this in the video, but you can check my blog post, which is in the details section. And another interesting thing really is the testing part. I could not just test this using my regular Jest setup. It's a React app, but Jest doesn't render layout, so I can't scroll through it and wait and check the results. For this, I've used Cypress, and it runs your tests in a real browser, and it's really cool because you can see results real time in a real browser, real Chrome, user developer tools and stuff like that. So this is a test. It's really simple. I won't explain it to you. You just scroll to a photo, wait, scroll to a photo and wait, and then we're gonna check the results. So now the Cypress is starting, and it's really easy to use. It has good docs. Let's run the app while it's called integration test maybe, and yes, so here is it running. It's almost running. You can tell it's scrolling through the list, and it's waiting and scrolling again, and now it's checking the results on the bottom of the dashboard, and yes, it's a success. So basically I've allowed some leeway here. I accept 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 seconds if the real wait time was 0.5. That's because the scrolling part takes some time too, and it depends really on the machine. So it's maybe a bit brittle, but you can make it not brittle by giving it enough of leeway. And another cool stuff is you can scroll through the list of steps and view the DOM state at that point. It's really useful if something goes wrong, and just really cool to see. So that's it for today. Do read the blog post, maybe you'll find it interesting. Goodbye.